Hi, children. Good morning. How are you? Hope you're all fine now. We were going on with the fun they had in our main course book, Beehive. Hope you all have the textbook. Those who don't have the textbook, I have already shared the PDF file the other day when we were going on with the interaction session. Be very sure that you are either having the textbook or having the PDF file which I have shared with you. Now we'll go for the third page of the lesson. Here we'll go for the fifth paragraph. You can see paragraph number 5 is written here. I'm going to do it from there, okay? I'm going to read the paragraph now. Listen to me and have a look at your book also. The inspector had smiled after he was finished and patted Margie's head. He said to her mother, "It's not the little girl's fault, Mrs. Johns. I think the geography sector was geared a little too quick. Those things happen sometimes. I've slowed it up to an average 10-year level. Actually, the overall pattern of her progress is quite satisfactory." And he patted Margie's head again. Margie was disappointed. She had been hoping they would take the teacher away altogether. They had once taken Tommy's teacher away for nearly a month because his history sector had blanked out completely. So she said to Tommy, "Why would anyone write about school?" Now listen, the other day we were talking about a real book, and there they were talking about a real book, and the book was about school. Margie was not at all happy to hear that the book is about a school, because for her, school was really boring and she never loved going to school. She was only having a mechanical teacher, right? So she felt that schools are always boring. So she asked what is special about schools. And on once, when she was having a lot of troubles completing the geography sector, the mechanical teacher was giving test after test, and she was scoring poor on every test. All those things happened. Those things we discussed in the previous class, and at last her mother was fed up, and then they called for the county inspector. He came and he started repairing with the mechanical teacher. Hope you remember all those points very well. And now, when the mechanical teacher started repairing it, also Margie thought he would not be able to fix it well as the previous time, means properly, just like the before time. Okay, but her thought was in a vain actually. The mechanical teacher was fixed properly by the county inspector very well, and then the mechanical teacher was fixed properly. The county inspector smiled at Margie's mother and said, "It's not at all the problem of this little girl actually." What happened? The geography lesson, which was giving test after test every day and making her to score very poorly, was geared a little fast. What is gearing little fast? The speed was a little above the level of the child. Speed was above the level of the child, that the lessons were going on in a high speed. And Margie, as she was an average child, could not follow up the lessons properly and was performing very poor in the exams. Now the county inspector said, altogether, Margie is a very good girl and her performance in all the subjects are really satisfactory. Now the mother also was really happy to hear that her child is going on good in her studies. It's happiness for all the parents, isn't it? When the teacher says that your child is very good in studies or your child is doing well in your studies, all those things will make the parents very well happy. Right? Yes, of course. And then here also Margie's mother also was really happy about it. But Margie was not at all happy. Why was she not happy? Just because she hated the schools. She never wanted to continue with such a boring school actually. Right? Okay, then in the next portion, it says that Margie was really disappointed. She thought that the county inspector would take her school, the mechanical teacher, away. Why she thought so? Because once Tommy's mechanical teacher was taken away by the county inspector for nearly a month. For around 1 month, Tommy was not having any school. He was free. So, at that time, when county inspector came to Margie's house, Margie also was thinking that the county inspector will have problem in clearing the situation in the mechanical teacher and he would take the mechanical teacher away from her home, Margie's home. But it did not happen. The county inspector could easily clear the mechanical teacher and he said a very good comment about Margie's progress also. So, altogether, Margie is not at all happy with the school. That's why she said, there is nothing to say about a school. She was not even happy to hear something about school, right? We'll continue with the next paragraph. Paragraph number 6. Tommy looked at her with very superior eyes. Because it's not our kind of school, stupid. This is the old kind of school that they had hundreds and hundreds of years ago. He added loftily, pronouncing the word carefully, centuries ago. Margie was hurt. Well, I don't know what kind of schools they had all that time ago. She read the book over his shoulder for a while and then said, anyway, they had a teacher. Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher. It was a man. A man? How could a man be a teacher? Well, he just told the boys and girls things and gave them homework and asked them questions. Okay, there ends paragraph number 6. We'll continue with the explanation of paragraph number 6. Now, in a sudden, when Margie asked what is special to write about schools, Tommy had what we will say, Tommy was thinking that this is a silly girl, what should I say to her? Such a feeling was there in Tommy's mind because in that book, it was not mentioned about a school which is familiar with Margie and Tommy, but a school which we are familiar with in 2020. Right? What is a school here now? Which type of a school are you familiar with? Can you please tell me something? Of course, we have a big building named school, right? And then we have some classrooms. Some teachers will come here. All the students of some same age will sit in the same classroom. Each subject will be taught by a different teacher, right? And what else is there? The children will have a PT period for them to get relaxed, some work experience and other periods for them to improve their imagination, creativity and all those things. And while coming to the school and while going back home, they have enough time to chit-chat with their friends. They're having a lot of friends in their school other than their surrounding, isn't it? All the class members in their class, all the students in their class are their friends actually. All those things are really new to Margie. Now Tommy said, this is not the kind of school which we are familiar with, but it's a kind of school which happened in centuries and centuries back. It happened very long ago. And Tommy said the term firmly again, centuries ago. He strictly said the term once again. Why? Because he wanted to make it very clear that this is not the kind of school which we have, which they experience, not we have actually, which they experience at their time, and it was something different. That's what Tommy wanted to communicate with Margie. And Tommy was reading. In a sudden, Margie just went behind Tommy, and from behind his shoulder, Margie also started looking into the book and started reading. While she started reading, what happened? She'll understand what the school is about. What kind of a school is it? Isn't it? So there, after going with few lines, Margie said, oh, there was also a teacher. It's quite natural. Every school will have a teacher. I am a teacher and you will have another teachers like Malayalam, maths, then physics, chemistry, all those subjects you have teachers, right? Now, all those subjects you have teachers, and Margie also said, during that time also, centuries back also, there was a teacher, no? And Tommy said, of course, there was teacher, but it was not a regular teacher. What is the meaning of the term regular here? The normal teacher which they are experienced with, which that two boys, Margie and Tommy, that two children, Margie and Tommy are experienced with. What type of a teacher are they familiar with? They are familiar with a mechanical teacher. Now Tommy says that it's not such a teacher, not a mechanical teacher, but it was a man. That was the time really Margie got shocked or surprised. A man? How can a man be a teacher? Then Tommy said, of course, it was a man, it was a human being only. And all the children came to the class. The same age children went to the same class and they sat together in the class. The teacher took the lesson, read the lesson for them, explained the things in the class, and gave notes to them, asked questions, and conducted exams. These all things happened. This is not very new to you because you are experiencing all these things in the classroom this year at present, right? So, it's not at all new to you. Only the mechanical teacher and the works will be new to you. But for Margie and Tommy, they are really new to the classroom of the school which they see in the old book. Hope you are clear with it. If there is any doubt, you can come to me during the interaction session. We'll have a discussion over there. Okay? Please be very sure that you are reading the lesson very well and understanding the question answers. I'll share the questions and the answers during the interaction session. Hope you are all clear with the lesson. Thank you. Have a nice day.